I'm Caroline with Syniti. Let's take a quick look at the new Asset Versions and Publishing feature of the Syniti Knowledge Platform. In this tutorial, we will learn about how to work with asset versions, how to view an asset's historic versions and review history, and how to configure the review workflow and send for review. The Knowledge Platform uses asset versions and publishing to create governance of core assets and to perform auditing of asset reviews. As an author, business admin, or administrator user, you can create and publish the following assets using a review workflow: terms, rules, policies, datasets, and business processes. Each of these assets are created as versions and must move through the workflow before they can be published. Note that systems, goals, and initiatives are automatically published and do not go through the review process. As assets move through the workflow, status indicates where the asset is in the review process. Asset statuses are published, unpublished, unpublished and in review, unpublished with a new version created, unpublished and the review was contested, and unpublished and the review was canceled. An asset is available for editing when it is in any status. If you are an administrator, business admin, or author user, you can create a new version of an asset. You may only edit the latest version of an asset. A new version of an asset with a status of unpublished contains proposed changes to an asset and is created when you create an asset, you edit and save changes to an asset, or when you create a relationship between an asset and another asset. When you initially create an asset and save it, it is automatically saved as the first version, or V1 of the asset, with the last updated date visible in the header card. The asset is automatically set to unpublished for governed assets and set to published for the non-governed assets, like systems, goals, and initiatives. Editing the latest version of an asset creates a new version of the asset, which can then be sent for review. If a previous version of an asset is still in review, the new version can be included in the previous version's review process by clicking Include in Review in the banner on the asset detail page. All users can view a log that displays how an asset moved through the review workflows. For each review of an asset, the following information is displayed: the date and time the review was initiated, the user who initiated the review description, the review status, the asset versions included in the review, and the reviewer responses under each asset version in the review. The version history page displays the version number, relative date and time the version was created, the user who created the version, and the review state of the version. To compare two versions of an asset, select the two versions you would like to compare and click the Compare Versions button. Click the See Only Changes checkbox to see only the changes that have been made to the asset between those two versions. Once you think an asset is ready to be published, click the Send for Review button to configure the review flow for this asset. On the Send for Review page, you can enter details about the asset review in the Review Description field. To add or remove reviewers and send the asset for review, click in the Select Reviewers selection box. Click the username to select a reviewer. A check mark appears to the right of the selected user, and the user is added under the Reviewers field. To remove a selected user, click the user again to remove the check mark for the username. Once you're ready, click Send for Review. If a reviewer approves an asset, it is moved to the published status when an approval threshold is met, which is when the majority of reviewers have approved the asset. If a reviewer contests an asset that's in review, the asset is moved to the contested status. The reviewer who contests the asset must complete a comment, which is added to the comment field for that version of the asset. The contested asset remains as an unpublished version, now in the contested status, and must go through the review workflow again if it is to be published. You may need to cancel a review for a variety of reasons, such as an asset is requiring review from a user who is no longer active in the system. If you are an admin or business admin user, you can cancel a review when the asset is in review status. The asset then becomes a canceled, unpublished asset and must go through the review process again before it can be published. To cancel the review, click the Cancel Review button, add a comment, and click Cancel Review. Thanks for watching this tutorial on the new asset versions and publishing features of the Syniti Knowledge Platform. For more information, check out our online help.